Wagwan peeps, it's your boy Scully, and I'm here with another special guest. This guy here is absolutely the most exciting young player on the Trinidad and Tobago national team. Well, at least for me. In my opinion, this guy here has the potential to reach the heights. He has 12 caps with the Soca Warriors so far, scoring 4 goals. He did his thing. This guy here is none other than Mr. Nathaniel James. Wagwan, Mr. Nathaniel.
It's you. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, man. So it's been a long time coming. I have been following well, your short career with the Soccer Warriors for so far. I saw the free kick against Guatemala,
Mm.
3-2. I saw the goal against, who was the first game that you played by?
Curacao. The
Curacao,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah,
It's
Curacao.
international.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but the funny thing about you is that you would have burst on straight from the school football scene. What was it like playing in the SSFL in Trinidad and Tobago?
Then yes, SFL was, a good start for me. I think the first time I really made my breakthrough into that was in Form 2. I think at that time, Kenman Jones was the coach. So at that time, I was just like playing and coming on a few games because they were like all older guys. All at that time it was like John Paul and
Mhm.
Stokes and all those guys were playing, and they were playing all the games. And I used to come on a few times, and then after that, the season after, I was in Form 3. I got more games. I started more games, and I was, getting involved a lot more. I think I scored 9 goals in the second season, and then now was the time to be like the prime schoolboy career, and COVID came. So
Oh,
COVID came, and there was no Form 4, Form 5 school football for me. So that was it. So I had a short career as well in like school football. They're like a season and a half, I guess.
mm. You basically like the LeBron James at Trinidad and Tobago football. That's when from high school straight into the pros. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the fact that you're taking Trinidad and Tobago football by storm at this level, if I be honest, you ain't up there as yet as a talisman, but you're still
Mhm.
a very heavy contributor to the team. What's
Yeah.
it like being in the dressing room with so much experience? The Kevin Molinos, the Joven Jones. Who is there to guide you as you develop as a footballer?
Well, to be honest, growing up, um, with like local football, more or less like Muckett, Dwayne Muckett was more who I gravitated towards, or like who was more involved because like he's from the same era as I am, and
Mm-hmm.
he knew me, my dad, and everyone, so he would talk to me. We were in the same coaching school as well, so
Mm-hmm.
like it was like he was the person who I would speak to the most, like in football, growing up. And then, but while I was like watching the national team from like the outside, from in the stand and thing, I really enjoyed watching Melino, Joven. I used to watch Ken Ronaldo play as well because my father always to tell me like you need to learn all these positions, the wing, the
Mm-hmm.
attacking midfield, strike everything. So I used to watch them, and they were really influential in like seeing the national team, because this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to play for them, you know. Nathan Lewis was another player as well who I really liked for Trinidad and Tobago national team. So yeah, so it with the experience in the dressing room with these guys now playing with Joven and Molino and Alvin and them, it's really good because I think Molino and Alvin speak to me the most, like in the sense of like the football side of things, and it's been really helpful to me. I've never felt like I can't contribute or I'm like out the team, so they always made me feel comfortable, and it's good to have them here with me right now because they're just taking it step by step with me, and it's really good to be honest.
Yeah, and you mentioned the conversation with your father.
Mhm.
You are probably one of the most versatile players on the team, as at least in the attacking aspect. You could play on the wings, you could play up top, you could play in the cam position, you could play box to box if you feel like.
Mhm.
And I've been noticing that for a while. I believe that you personally bring a lot of drive to the attack in particular. You're very direct. You have vision as well too, and of course the energy. You're young at the end of the day. How old are you again, by the way?
I'm 20 years old.
20. So I just had a conversation with Dante Gilbert. Dante
Right.
Gilbert says that he never watched cartoons in his life. What was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Um, favorite cartoon. I had a few, I used to watch like Power Rangers, SpongeBob. Um, I think I used to watch like Slug Terror, Beyblade, Pokemon, all those things.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, real. And you watch anime?
I recently started watching anime like in 2022 or something.
Or what anime is that?
No, I've watched a few by now. I've watched
Oh,
like
okay.
Naruto, Death Note. I
Uh,
tried to watch Black Clover, Solo Leveling, um, Demon Slayer, all those things.
here all going on. As soon as you're done, well, as soon as you have free time, start watching
Yeah.
one.
What,
Start watching
well,
one.
everybody just say to watch One Piece, but I don't know why it has so much episodes. Look what episodes One Piece
But
have.
hey, boy, don't study the episodes.
I
Watch One Piece. One Piece
I
will
I
change your life. I swear, it will change your
I,
life.
I
Yeah,
take it in.
yeah. And of course, during would have made a move to Portland, Pine of what Hearts of
What?
Pine,
Yeah,
in the USL one. What is the situation now? Well, from what I gathered is that you know finding land in America and
yeah,
you're looking to make some training sessions with the team. How is the
yeah.
transition going so far?
Transition is going good. It's been in America. Well, being in America to play professionally, it's a big transition because now you're living here and you have to deal with everything that's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the transition has been good. There's another Trinidadian on the team, Michel Poon. So he's been like just been showing me everything. The coach has been really nice to me, really good to me. Like even before I came here, he was, shooting me messages, making sure everything's good with me, considering the paperwork, considering with the national team and, just making sure everything's good. So coming here, I already felt like home. Everyone is super nice, super good. I have good teammates, and right now it's just to hit the ground running. The season has already started. I was
Mm-hmm.
in here for about 3, 4 games. So right now my goal is to just get into it and just get into the mud one time, just get dirty, just start putting in the work and we see where it goes.
Of course. One thing I must say about you in particular, it seems as though like you have a fearless mindset. Like nothing really gets to you. I see you play against proper big players and you feeling normal. And I just want to know who was like a role model for you growing up as a footballer.
Locally I would say definitely Dwayne Muckett, Kevin Molino. That was the players, Nathan Lewis. Those are the players like I watched locally for Trinidad national team and like outside of like local, I think Lionel Messi,
Mm-hmm.
Dybala,
Mm-hmm.
and as of recently, like Phil Foden. Those were like players that would try to take things piece by piece of their game and try to put it into my game, because they all had things that I really liked about their playing. So I think I have similar playing styles to, what they can, do. And I just try to mimic as best I can to these players. So yeah.
Who would you say is a player in the national team currently that has, you know, like underrated skill?
Underrated skill. Mm, right now, I think a player that too came that's new, especially I think people don't know. Even though they saw a little bit the last 2 games, I think they don't really understand how good like Spicer is.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though they just keep seeing him running and attacking out there, I think he's really good like dribbling and crossing like different angles, I think
Yeah.
he's really good and I think people really don't understand how good Dante is as well.
Facts.
Dante has a lot of skill, a lot of ability, passing range, shooting, and he's very versatile as well. He could play on the wing, he could play 8, 6, 10.
Yep.
So he's a really versatile player as well. I think people who don't know they should start looking out for I think Kaim Thomas as well. Kaim Thomas plays for defense force. Yeah, I think he's
Facts.
underrated because he has great technique, great skill. I think soon enough he will be, a really important player for us as well. So yeah, those are my 3 players I would say.
Of course. And the only thing that, is an asterisk to maybe, your footballing life is that You probably never see Dwight Yorke in action as much. Who is your head
Mm-hmm.
coach? No. Dwight
Yeah.
Yorke was a baller. Not only
Yeah.
Dwight Yorke, but Russell Latapi. That guy was a legend. When
Yeah.
we're talking about the pinnacle of Caribbean football, not just Trinidad and Tobago football, Caribbean football, and Dwight Yorke could even extend to the world.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have been legends of the game. What is it like playing under these legends?
No, they definitely have a lot of information to pass on to you, you know. So I thought I would say I'm a striker. So I can give you a lot of information, give you a lot of advice. So he would come and he would pull me aside and he would talk to me about what exactly he wants me to do, you know, playing the striker because I'm not like a natural striker, you know. You
Yeah,
know,
10.
I think he believes that as I have a good, you know, a fair enough finishing ability, so he uses me there. But he would explain to me what he wants from me, and the same thing with Coach Latters, yeah, because Latters knew me since I was probably like 14, because at the time he was like the under 17 coach, and I was like 14 years old, and he still picked me, you know, to come and train with the national team and stuff. So he knows me fairly well, and they just keep passing on information to me, and just they treated me really well, you know, since they came into action. So it's been really good under those two. Yeah,
And trust me, Dwight Yorke is a good person to stay very close to. Because I don't know if you know, but in 1999, Dwight Yorke won the treble with Manchester United.
yeah, I knew.
And that year, he was the top scorer in the Premier League. Not only
Yeah.
top scorer in the Premier League, he was the top scorer in the Champions League as well too.
Hmm.
And not only that, he was the top assister in both the Premier League and the Champions League. Some
Wow,
might
that was
say
a yeah.
somebody
Mm-hmm.
say that was course like win a Ballon d'Or, but he came 11th that year. The winner that year was Rivaldo.
Hmm.
Rivaldo, he had a Copa America that year, so they pulled Rivaldo over Dwight Yorke because of that. But I'm telling you, we in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't value Dwight Yorke enough. Dwight Yorke, in my opinion, is a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah,
And having him as the head coach is just something special. I think that he just the king of Trinidad and Tobago football, and the fact that you guys could learn from him right now is an absolute blessing.
yeah. Because people probably don't appreciate him in Trinidad for real. Because like when we go to like different countries and stuff, everyone is like, "Hey, Dwight Yorke," and they would want a picture with him and stuff. So we've seen it. So yeah, it makes sense for you to say that. So you know. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. But trying to get off of the football and talk now, we're trying to understand who is Natty James. Who is Nathaniel James? So what does he like to do? What is his hobbies? What he like? Who is Nathaniel James?
Um, what I like to do, Nathaniel James. I like to recently. I really started playing like game on the PS5. Yeah,
Okay.
like last year. Yeah, I play like I don't really like FIFA that much. That's kind of weird, you know, because I'm a footballer and I don't really like FIFA. You
Yeah, I
know,
respect that.
but yeah, you know,
But what
um,
so
I like
what games so you like?
like I like to play COD, Call of
Okay.
Duty. Yeah, I like to play UFC. Yeah, those
Okay.
kind of games. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I actually like to read. People don't know that, but I like reading. You know, I
Now
think
from talking with
it
you,
helps you.
I get to understand you're very articulate. That you have some
Yeah,
level of wisdom, dog. Like so keep that up.
yeah. Thanks. You know, sure. I just that's another thing my father used to tell me. Like, you need to be able to explain yourself properly, say what you want to say, and you know, try
Mhm.
not to stutter. You know, so it. I never really like practicing interviews with him, so he would just say, "Okay, don't like to do this. Well, just read books. Just read." So he bought me a book, and I just started reading ever since. So yeah, that's how that went. Um, and that's it really. I like to watch TV. I like to watch a lot of TV, like movies. I'm more of a movie person. I don't really like series. I think series like I like to get to the end of things. So like series and like I had to wait so long to
We
finish
wait
it.
a
Yeah.
whole year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
They're
yeah.
just
That threw
upset
me
me.
off.
So,
Mm.
yeah, I don't really like that. Yeah, that's it really. Nothing really too thing I do really. I like to go out when I'm in Trinidad. But like if I'm like in America here, I don't really like going out that much. I like to stay
Mm.
inside and
Stay
just
focused.
breathe and be
All right.
comfortable, yeah, in my own area, my own space. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, I just like clothes, shoes. I think the regular Trinidad thing. Yeah, that's it.
What is your favorite shoe?
My favorite shoe.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite shoe that I have is my off-white, but I think my
Off-white.
favorite shoe it would be like a Air Force ones, all
Air
white.
Force ones. White.
Yes, yeah, let's go with
Uh,
anything.
you're not a Jordan dude.
Yeah, I have plenty Jordans actually, but they're
What's
kind
your
of
favorite Jordan?
uncomfortable. They hurt my foot.
Oh,
Well, I would say my favorite Jordan is Jordan 3s because they're
uh,
the most comfortable Jordans. They're the most comfortable, so yeah.
I'm more. I like ones, 11s,
I like
fours,
11s too. Yeah, I
fours.
like 11s too.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, you seem to have proper, styling sense, so I respect that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to pop your PSN, let people play with you. I don't know. Like leave your PSN.
Uh, I
Well,
thought I post up a PS on Instagram and I just care one set of requests on it. Like, no, when I want to play my partner and them, it's same request box full of my kind
I
of thing.
make
I
with your
say,
party.
yeah, I say, but what really going on? So I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember.
But coming back to where your father was saying, being able to speak and without stuttering and everything, that's actually why I started social media in the first place. Like, I used to have a problem with completing a sentence. And for
Mhm.
anybody who was watching me on like social media throughout the years, I had a first page, the Scully Talks Football. Then after I lost that page due to copyright, and I made Scully Loves Football. Anybody who from Scully Talks Football know, well, could give you the whole rundown. I used to be like stopping every sentence. I used to be like, Mbappe is pretty good. Pause. He's one of the best players in the world. Pause. And
Mhm.
from that now, I started to take the social media more seriously by trying to figure out how to be able to speak better. I never went no speech classes or anything, and I have a speech impediment. I have a lisp plus a stammer. But
Mhm.
within doing the social media thing, like I'm probably doing for like about 2 years now. I've gotten better, and I could safely say that I could carry on a conversation as we are doing right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, so all them things there, and your father seems like a very wise guy as well too. What's it like?
Yeah. Best part I could have asked for, is the reason I am where I am today, realistically, my mother would help with the schoolwork and my father just helped with like with football, with everything else. I started training with him when I was 5 until now. Just the other day when I was home, the other day, like my father was going out every day, training, so I just have to thank him for everything.
Okay,
Well, God on him. So yeah.
yeah, well, of course. I give thanks to the creator. Where's your favorite training food?
To wings and fries,
Alright,
to be
alright,
honest.
uh-huh.
But I love roti. So once like roti come, it will be always be roti.
I respect. You go Wingstop yet?
If I go Wingstop, nah. But I eat Wingstop before, but I ain't go Wingstop since I reach up here.
It up to standard. Like it does look good on TikTok.
You listen. If you're going to get Wingstop, you have to go and get one time. You can't order it. Okay, it don't
Uh,
really taste as
it's
good as you order it. So you have to go there and eat it one time. When you
uh,
eat it there one time, yeah, good, 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 for
okay,
sure.
okay, all right. Well, hey man, I'm thankful for this interview. You
Yeah,
seem like a very cool fella. I wish you nothing but the best for your footballing career.
yeah,
If it is,
man.
leave your name of your Instagram so you can plug your Instagram so people can follow you on Instagram. You know your PSN, so I believe that
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. My Instagram is Nathaniel James 47. Nathaniel with IEL.
Respect, man. So again, this has been Nathaniel James. I am Scully signing out. Make sure to follow Nathaniel James on Instagram and follow me. I have more interviews coming out. So shout out the people them who agree so far. So again, thank you guys. Peace out.
Yeah.